Okay, now we're going to go reverse. That just simply means I'm going to go from this pad to this one before I went from this one to this one, okay? Here we go. Okay, athletic freedom, move. Free it up. There you go. There you go. You didn't think you could do that, did you?
Not today.
There's no way on this green earth you thought you could do that. Awesome job. Stop. What number? That'd be none.
Yeah, I almost didn't even notice it.
Okay. And notice that when you first did this, how stiff and rigid your knees were, how stiff and rigid your upper body was, and now how fluid you are, and how it's loosening up here. Okay, give me your hand. If I keep squeezing on your hand for the last 2 years, you're going to have a rough hand, right? The minute I take the pressure off, it feels a whole heck of a lot better, doesn't it? Right. Well, that's exactly what those poor little babies are thinking right now. Okay. So here we go right now. All right, go. 5 reps. It's like a totally different person. Awesome job. All right, stop. Now, sit down. Give me this light and put it up here. Remember how we were saying that external rotation was hard for you? Okay. And rotating on the hip? When's the last time you were in that position?
Other than a kicking motion.
Yeah.
That's about the only time you do that.
Long time, right?
Yeah.
And does that feel looser to you?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah. I couldn't go half that way.
No way.
Before.
No, not at all. Okay, give me this one. That's what happens when we stimulate the origin of the problem. Then the origin gets rid of the symptoms. The only reason you have symptoms is because the origin is sending a signal there. So if you work on the symptoms, guess what happens? They get worse because you're stimulating where the problem ended. Does that make any sense at all? Okay. Look at this. Would that be before you broke it?
This sort of?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. So that's pretty close to being neutral where you were before you broke your leg. Awesome. Great job. All right, now I expect you to be sore, and the reason for this is you're used to lifting weights and doing things like that. When you lift weights, you're only able to neurologically, feet, 90 degrees, you're only able to contract your muscles neurologically 2 times a second. We just did 500 times a second.
Okay.
30,000 contractions a minute. You've been doing this for 10 minutes. That's 300,000 contractions in your legs. How long do you think it would take you at the health club to get 300,000 contractions in your legs? Literally forever.
Forever, yeah.
And we did that in 10 minutes. So what we did is think of this as a brain, and it's telling this muscle that it can work correctly now by stimulating this muscle, which is the problem and started the whole thing. Okay? That make sense?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we're lucky enough to have Tim here after watching his first treatment. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
Dennis, always a pleasure.
Absolutely, Tina.
Yeah. Wow, that was pretty amazing, your first treatment, and to actually have you move like that. So what did you think after your first treatment?
Oh, it felt great. From where I went when I first walked in to just a few minutes later.
Okay.
Being able to move so much more than when first coming in. It felt really good.
Yeah. And how did you feel about your pain level? I mean, did you anticipate it to be a lot higher moving like that or anything on that line?
Well, to be able to move that much more freely, I was expecting to feel, some of the pain that I'd had before, but I couldn't feel it as much, immediately after doing some of those movements.
Yeah. And so, Dennis, of course, you chose Tim as one of the contestants with the healthawareness.tv.com.
Yes.
And so when you worked with the doctors on that, what was it that pointed you in the right direction of Tim?
Well, we knew we could help him.
Okay.
I mean, it was pretty clear that what he had was a muscular situation that wasn't functioning correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Was unable to absorb force. So certain muscles were doing the work that other muscles were supposed to be doing.
Right.
So in other words, if you have one muscle that's supposed to be doing something and it's not, then it has to recruit a whole bunch of other muscles to do that job, and everything just tightens up. So we knew right away that, again, looking at the physical side, like he was saying, it's here. Well, obviously, we found out that it wasn't there. It was a different group of muscles, and we also found out that when he came in, he was totally incapable of absorbing force. So we
Right.
had to find that weak link to get him to be able to absorb force so the muscle could do what they're supposed to do.
Right. Well, we look forward to also watching you for your 5th treatment, and then you'll be coming back to the studio for your 10th treatment. But any indication of improvement even with your 2nd and 3rd and 4th treatment?
Yeah, I can feel some advancement every day.
Okay.
I'm always sore after the treatment, but that's part of what we're supposed to feel and supposed to happen. So,
Yeah.
but get over that soreness, and then it feels better.
Yeah. Well, I like the feeling of having soreness from a good workout
Yeah,
too, and so
yeah.
that's basically what you're feeling then.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good to know. Okay, well, appreciate that, and we will look forward to seeing you on Skype.
Great, thanks.
Okay, great. Well, I guess we've run out of time, but I want to thank my viewers so much for joining us. And of course, Dennis, and it's been a pleasure,
Always, Tina.
and Tim.
Thank you.
All right. I look forward to having you view other shows of Knowledge for Wellness and visit my website at www.knowledgeforwellness.com and let me know where you viewed my show. You can also connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And the mission of Knowledge for Wellness is to inform viewers on health issues, to expose, educate, and make viewers aware, to enhance themselves and their loved ones for a better quality of life. And I sure hope we have provided you with more knowledge to benefit you and your loved ones. So until next time, be well and goodbye.
Over time you've healed so much in me, and I am living proof that although my darkest hour had come, your light could still shine through. And at times it's just enough to cast the shadow on the wall. Though I am grateful that you shine your light on me at all. Who am I?